Welcome to a journey to Hogwarts. The story I'm about to share with you is a dreamlike voyage inspired by the magical world of Harry Potter. However, our tale takes a different path, diverging from the one you may have heard before. This time, the main hero of the story is none other than you. No trace of the boy who lived, no mention of the cruel Dursleys, and none of those sinister wizarding plots. It's true. The hero of this magical tale is you. Remember, you have the freedom to shape this magical journey as you wish. You can add or take away from it wherever you please. And if you ever need a moment just for you, you can simply wave goodbye to your friends, knowing they can be back in your world whenever you're ready for another adventure together. In this realm, everything is as you desire it to be. As you listen to this calming story, imagine sinking into a cozy cocoon and drifting into a state of tranquil relaxation. And now, take a deep breath. Let go of the limitations of our Muggle world and step into a realm of magic, wonder, and serenity. It is such a beautiful summer morning. You are sitting in your bedroom as the window opens, allowing a gentle breeze to permeate the room, refreshing your entire being. Outside, the sapphire blue sky, adorned with patches of golden sunlight, fills you with warmth and happiness. You catch sight of a couple of silver sparrows perched on the windowsill, their feathers glimmering in the morning light. One of them cocks its head curiously, as if beckoning you to join it in a magical adventure. Your eyes feel a bit heavy, but your imagination is awake and lively. You recall the dream from last night, the one you often have. A clear and vivid dream, a magnificent and beautiful castle with tall towers and medieval architecture. The sleepy sky is filled with fluffy clouds, and the cool breeze carries the familiar scent of evergreen trees. Before you know it, the direction of the wind changes. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you find yourself back in your room, but with a different feeling. You don't know why. You just know that good news is on the way. You look out the window. Oh wow, you don't see that every day. A small owl with a pouch tied to its leg and something small in its beak gracefully flies towards your room. As it reaches your window, it carefully folds its wings and perches on the windowsill. It enters the room and lands on the wooden table beside your bed, tilting its head as if asking a question. You watch with patience as the owl picks up the package it brought with its beak. It's a letter. The strange feeling you had in your dream returns, as if all your dreams are coming true. You pick up the yellow envelope, heavy and unstamped, with emerald ink and beautifully written. Large letters. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The precise address is also written on the envelope, with a seal and wax seal showing a capital H and 4 animals: a lion, a snake, an eagle, and a badger. Your heart races. You break the seal and open the envelope. First couple of lines confirm that the sender is addressing you personally. Then the letter reads, "We hereby confirm your admission to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Given your inherent magical nature and heartfelt desire, without any particular action needed on your part, your place in the September term is secure, and the Wizarding Society will cover all expenses of this journey until the completion of your studies. A generous scholarship will also be awarded to you, deposited monthly into your account at Gringrotts Wizarding Bank. You do not need a visa for this journey, and this letter serves as your new passport. Additional travel information and a list of required textbooks and supplies for students are attached to the letter. Good day. The Committee for Preparation of Muggle-Borns, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry." You turn the yellow envelope inside out. A silver key and a few more pieces of paper fall out. One of them is the Hogwarts Express ticket, leaving from platform 9 3/4 of King's Cross Station tomorrow morning. Another paper is a list of items you need to prepare for classes before heading to Hogwarts. There's also a golden and white paper attached to the key, which reads, "Your first destination? Gringrotts Wizarding Bank. With this key, you gain access to your vault. If you're ready for the journey, take this key and say the password 3 times. I am ready." You feel a moment of doubt, but you tell yourself, why resist such a starry opportunity and do nothing? With a deep breath, you calm yourself and push aside any fear. This change can be your North Star, and you are going to be brave. You take the key in your hands, a smile forming on your lips. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. A sense of lightness envelops your being, and the warmth of darkness seeps into your eyes. It's as if you're sitting on fluffy clouds. You journey through a vortex of shimmering colors, swirling shapes, and enchanting emotions. As you land lightly on your 2 feet, you find yourself in the middle of London. However, this is not the London you expected. You have been transported into the warm embrace of a forgotten city from another time. You see no sign of any traffic or the ordinary chain stores that have popped up everywhere these days. You reach a stone wall and find yourself drawn to an energy. It is the silver sparrow. It's your little friend, eyes twinkling with excitement. An adjacent brick shifts, revealing a large crevice. Following the silver sparrow, you pass through the crevice and into a narrow alley, bathed in the irregular light of hanging lanterns. You navigate left, then right, left again, and once more, left, until reaching a weathered, ancient door. The silver sparrow gazes at you, then at the door. You place your hand on the door handle, feeling a warm, embracing sensation in your palm. Turning the handle, the door swings open. A cascade of golden light pours over you. You behold a long cobblestone street lined with vibrant, magical shops on both sides. It's bustling with people, each seemingly as unique as you. The buildings are tall and mostly leaning slightly. The sun sits right in the middle of the sky, casting light across the entire street. The cobblestone pavement gleams underfoot, continuing with a gentle zigzag. To the right, a small metal sign is mounted on the wall that reads, Diagon Alley. As you follow the silver sparrow, wizards and witches pass by your side, all cheerful and full of energy. Some are shopping, while others stroll in groups, chatting and laughing together. You walk past the shops lining both sides of the street. Your attention is caught by a purple-fronted building. It reads, Madame Malkin's Robes for all occasions. An inviting little boutique for new wizards seeking school robes, hats, and all sorts of out-of-the-ordinary items of clothing. As you pass by the long queue of wizards lined up outside, waiting to enter the next building, you notice a sign in large gold letters hanging above the entrance of a shop. It reads, Ollivanders, makers of the finest magical wands, established in 382 BC. Right in front of you, you see a tall and curving building with large columns, a white entrance, and a golden statue of a creature that appears human to you. But you are not sure. The entrance plaque in shimmering gold letters reads, Gringrotts, the central bank. As you slowly walk through the grand entrance, you see a desk in a front office. Behind the desk sits a diminutive figure, and you think to yourself, he is unmistakably of the same kind as the statue outside. He is wearing a regal purple and golden suit. His pointed ears twitch with keen awareness, and his nose, reminiscent of an eagle's, adds to his commanding presence. As you ascend the marble steps and approach the desk, you see a purple, sparkling object sitting on his desk. You have never seen anything like this. He looks at you inquisitively. Doubt momentarily clouds your mind. Perhaps you've made a mistake, and you'll soon be sent back to your previous world. He then gestures for you to approach him. You are in a trance. The purple shiny object is a glass container with a scroll inside. He extends his long finger and pulls out the scroll from the container. Then, tracing up and down the scroll, he searches for something. Finally, he finds it and marks a tick upon the parchment with an ornate purple quill. Stepping back, he gestures for you to enter. There's no reason to fret. Everything is real. Excellent. You truly are a wizard. Gazing back at the bustling magical street behind you, you see it in a new light. You belong. You return your focus to the bank and nod at the receptionist as you walk inside. You find yourself in a grand hall with marble columns and wooden desks lining each side. On each desk, antique lamps flicker with violet and golden hues, casting a gentle glow. While behind them, employees of the bank are diligently occupied with their accounts. Gringrotts is the calmest, most peculiar, and somehow the most exciting bank you have ever seen. As you walk through the main hall, you see an antique wooden desk. Behind it, you see one of the new people you don't yet know what to call. Her desk is a little larger than the rest. Maybe she is the bank manager? She raises her head and looks you up and down before gesturing for you to proceed. As you approach the antique desk, the silver key that has brought you this far floats out of your pocket without any effort on your part. The bank manager, with her long fingers, guides the key towards herself. Without making physical contact, the key settles gracefully between her fingers. Without a pause, she examines it beneath a delicate golden apparatus with 8 magnifying lenses. After a few moments, the bank manager raises her head and announces that everything is in order, and you may proceed to open your vault. Oh my, simple delight of passing security checks. What lovely serenity. You find yourself following your guide, who you now know is a goblin, through the grand halls of Gringrotts Bank. You feel the cool touch of the key in your pocket, a constant reminder of the extraordinary journey that you've embarked upon. The marble floors gleam underfoot as you traverse the labyrinthine corridors. The echoes of your footsteps mingling with the distant murmur of goblin chatter. Doubt once again clouds your mind. Perhaps you've made a mistake, and you'll soon be sent back to your previous world. But as the goblin guide gestures for you to enter your vault, a surge of excitement courses through you, banishing any lingering doubts. Stepping into the vault, you're greeted by the sight of towering stacks of gold, silver, and bronze coins, glinting in the soft light that filters through the cracks in the stone walls. As you fill your pouch with the riches of the wizarding world, a sense of wonder washes over you. Is this truly happening, or is it all just a dream? Exiting the bank, you're met by a figure shrouded in mystery. A silhouette obscured by the shifting shadows of Diagon Alley. A sense of familiarity washes over you, yet uncertainty lingers in the air, like wisps of fog on a moonlit night. As the figure draws closer, Their form begins to take shape, revealing familiar contours and the echo of a smile. Could it be? Is this shadowy figure truly your best friend from the Muggle world, or merely a trick of the light? Your heart races with anticipation as you wait for this mysterious figure to step into the light. With each passing moment, the tension mounts, until finally they emerge from the shadows, their identity confirmed by the glint of recognition in their eyes. Relief floods through you as you realize that your friend stands before you with a joyous expression that mirrors your own. You rush to hug your friend. Together, you share a moment of silent understanding. The bond of this friendship going beyond the boundaries of all realms. And as you stand side by side in the soft glow of Diagon Alley, you know that no matter where your journey may lead, you will always have each other's backs. With newfound resolve, you and your friend set off to explore the legend that is Diagon Alley. Your footsteps echoing through the cobblestone streets as you marvel at the enchanted storefronts that line the way. Your senses are overwhelmed by the sights and sounds of the bustling marketplace, from the cheerful calls of street vendors to the tantalizing aromas that waft from the nearby eateries. As you wander through the winding alleyways, you stumble upon a quaint little shop tucked away in a corner. Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlor. Intrigued by the promise of ice cream, you and your friend step inside. Greeted by the welcoming aroma of freshly churned ice cream and the sound of laughter that fills the air. Behind the counter stands Florian Fortescue's son, Florian Jr. He is a kind and young wizard with a twinkle in his eyes and a magical scoop in hand. Magical ice cream, how wonderful. With a warm smile, he invites you to look at the menu of magical flavors, each more tempting than the last. From butterbeer ice cream to chocolate strawberry peanut butter sundae. The options are endless. They all seem so delicious. You and your friend place your orders, eagerly awaiting the moment when you can savor the first taste of your wizarding world adventure. Florian Jr. hands you a chocolate, strawberry, peanut butter sundae, and you start by licking the chocolate drizzle on top. The flavors are out of this world, truly magical. And as you sit next to your friend and enjoy the best ice cream you have ever had, you know that this is only the beginning of your extraordinary journey into the wizarding world. With hearts full and spirits soaring, you bid farewell to Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlor, knowing that you will carry the memory of this moment with you. Always. And as you step back out into the bustling streets of Diagon Alley, you can't help but feel a sense of wonder and serenity. Take a good look around, my dear friend, and cherish this moment, for the magic of Diagon Alley will stay with you forevermore. You and your friend are still buzzing with excitement of your previous adventures. Feeling ready for the next step, you walk into Flourish and Blotts, the old bookshop in Diagon Alley. The shelves are filled with spell books, magical literature, and enchanted tales waiting to be discovered. You eagerly browse the aisles, marveling at the array of titles and magical artifacts. As you admire the bookshelves, you encounter Professor Neville Longbottom, a renowned wizard and Hogwarts professor, who is signing copies of his latest book, Going Herbal. Professor Longbottom, with his characteristic wit and charm, regales you with humorous anecdotes from his adventures in the wizarding world, causing laughter to echo through the bookshop. As you engage in conversation with Professor Longbottom, the bookshop's serene atmosphere turns chaotic as you hear the crescendoing sound of books falling onto the floor, first one by one, and then in dozens. You look around and see a young witch panicking as she clumsily attempts to control the levitation spell she has casted on a heavy tome. The spell, however, goes awry, spiraling out of control and causing chaos in the bookstore. Books fly off the shelves, and ink spills onto unsuspecting customers, adding to the commotion. Enchanted quills, triggered by the chaotic magic, dart through the air unpredictably, adding to the frenzy. In the middle of all the laughter and confusion, you find yourself caught up in the whirlwind, dodging flying objects and trying to maintain your composure. Even with all the chaos, you love this bookshop. It reminds you of the one you used to visit in your home country. After bidding farewell to Professor Longbottom and escaping the mayhem of Flourish and Blotts, you and your friend decide to take a leisurely stroll through Diagon Alley. As you walk, you reminisce about your earlier adventures and realize it's been quite some time since you indulged in the delicious ice cream at Florean Fortescue's. Feeling a bit tired from all the excitement, you both agree that a rest would be welcome before continuing your exploration. It is lunchtime, after all. You make your way towards the Leaky Cauldron, guided by the familiar sights and sounds of the bustling wizarding alley. Upon arriving at the tavern, you notice a few wizards and witches mingling outside, exchanging stories and laughter. The warm glow of the lanterns and the inviting aroma of butterbeer beckon you inside, promising a cozy respite from the hustle and bustle of the outside world. You and your friend find a cozy corner in the tavern, nestled near the crackling fireplace. As you settle into your seats, you take a moment to soak in the lively atmosphere, enjoying the warmth of the fire and the comforting hum of conversation around you. Glancing at the menu, you can't help but feel a sense of anticipation as you skim through the tantalizing offerings. With a contented sigh, you lean back in your chair, grateful for this moment of relaxation and camaraderie in the welcoming embrace of the Leaky Cauldron. As you order your food, the tavern's atmosphere changes. It is now filled with the sounds of music as a band called Spellmasters takes the stage, enchanting the crowd with their magical melodies. Though unfamiliar with the band, you find yourself tapping your feet and swaying along to the music, captivated by the enchanting tunes. You and your friend enjoy a delicious lunch of hearty wizarding fare and refreshing pints of butterbeer, basking in the warmth of friendship and the joy of going to Hogwarts together. As you and your friend stand outside the Leaky Cauldron, excitement fills the air as you discuss your next steps in preparation for your journey to Hogwarts. With your letters of acceptance tightly grasped in your hands, you suddenly realize there's a crucial item missing from your list: your wand. You can hardly believe you almost forgot the most essential tool for any wizard or witch Your smart friend has already bought his wand and wants to stop at Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, the best joke shop in Diagon Alley. But is happy to accompany you to the one shop too, because it is absolutely worth a second visit. Glancing at the invitation letters once more, you both come to the realization that you also need potion supplies. As your Hogwarts potions master has instructed, you need a standard potions kit. This includes plant ingredients such as belladonna and supplies like glass phials and weighing scales, along with a standard cauldron that all students are expected to bring with them to lessons. You both agree to visit the potion shop first. With your next stops locked in, you start walking down the incredibly beautiful Diagon Alley. In London, they say the sun rarely shines, but today is an exception. Rays of sunshine gently illuminate the buildings, casting a subtle glow over the city. Is it just standard weather or a touch of magic? Who knows? Regardless, it's a splendid day all around. You find the grey and dingy-looking shop, its windows filled with potion bottles swirling with colourful liquids, and cauldrons bubbling away mysteriously. As you enter the dimly lit shop, you're greeted by swirling steam and flickering flames, casting eerie shadows across the room. Statues of mythical creatures adorn the shelves, adding to the shop's mystical atmosphere. Quietly veering away from the street, you make your way up a small ramp and through the tall grey door, entering the enchanting world of potion making. The shop seems quiet, apart from the sound of bubbling potions in what seems like countless cauldrons. The flames dance in bright hues, casting an enchanting glow that bathes the room in a mesmerizing light. Gargoyles, centaurs, dragons, and other mythical creatures decorate the space, giving it an otherworldly feel. Then, a shadowy figure, clad in a black cloak, emerges from a trapdoor in the middle of the room. The shopkeeper has a slight hunched back and a shuffling walk, with a thin layer of dust on their shoulders. A character filled with mystery indeed. As you peruse the shelves stocked with potion equipment, the shopkeeper's wand guides your selections with playful mischief, seemingly moving of its own accord. With your purchases neatly wrapped and ready to go, you thank this mysterious potions master and head back out into the alley, your bags filled with everything you need for the upcoming school year. Well, almost everything, apart from your wand, arguably the most crucial piece of the puzzle. Calm and ready for your next stop, you share another knowing look with your friend and start walking. You can't wait to find the perfect wand that will accompany you on your magical journey at Hogwarts. You may or may not know this yet, but there is a wand out there waiting for you, one that will choose you. After all, it is the wand that chooses the wizard, and not the other way around. And this has always been known to those of us who have studied wand lore. Your journey takes you past the various shops and stalls, each offering their own array of magical items and artifacts. Finally, you arrive at the tall black building with symmetrical windows that curve out onto the street. A soft light emanates from the windows, inviting you inside. Your friend points to the messy writing at the top of the door. It reads, Ollivanders, finest wand makers in all the land. Your anticipation grows with each passing moment. With determined steps, you push open the jet black door and step into the warm glow of the wand shop. The air in this quiet little shop is filled with a different kind of magic, one that tingles with anticipation and possibility. Long, thin boxes line the shelves, each containing a wand, waiting to choose its owner. At the rustic writing desk in front of you, 2 lamps cast a warm orange glow, illuminating the room with a soft light. Behind the desk, corridors of shelves stretch out, filled with boxes of wands in every color and size imaginable. Just as you're about to press the silver bell on the counter, you sense a presence behind you. Turning around, you see a wiry-haired old wizard emerge from behind one of the shelves, a kind smile on his face. He greets you personally by name, surprising you with his knowledge. As he examines the grooves and curves of your palms and fingers, you feel a sense of excitement building within you. this is the moment you've been waiting for. With a flick of his wand, the wand maker retrieves a box from the shelf and presents it to you with a delicate hand. Inside, you find a beautifully crafted wand, carved from oak and decorated with 3 rings on the handle. You take the wand in your hand, feeling its weight and balance. With a shy wave, you attempt to summon its magic, but only a small poof of blue sparks emerges. You can't help but feel a little uneasy. Disappointment is evident on the wand maker's face as he takes back the wand to ponder his next move. After some thought, he retrieves another box from the shelf. This one emitting a mysterious and powerful aura. As you open it, you're greeted by a wand unlike any you've ever seen before. Its beauty and craftsmanship take your breath away. When you touch the wand, you feel a surge of magic coursing through you, illuminating the entire shop with a warm light. The wand maker places a hand on your shoulder, his eyes filled with pride and certainty. In that moment, you know that this wand has chosen you. With a grateful smile, you pay the wand maker and leave this wonderful little shop with your new wand safely tucked away in your pocket. Well, now what? You still have plenty of time to explore hidden corners of Diagon Alley, and we both know how you love to discover new places. As the sun is starting to set over Diagon Alley, you catch the first glimpse of Weasley's wizard Wheezes. Tonight, Weasley's wizard Wheezes is hosting a special event to celebrate the launch of their newest line of prank products. As you step into the vibrant and bustling emporium, you see an eclectic array of magical gags, whimsical gifts, and ingenious gadgets tailored to delight witches, wizards, and maybe even some muggles too. The shop is alive with excitement as witches, wizards, and magical creatures of all kinds gather to witness the unveiling of the shop's latest creations. This enchanting joke shop stands as a testament to the mischievous ingenuity of its creators, Fred and George Weasley. A dynamic duo of mischief makers, their bond unbreakable even in the face of tragedy. Though Fred's physical presence may have departed this world, his spirit lives on in every creaky floorboard, paying tribute to the enduring legacy of the lost half of the Weasley twins. The atmosphere is electric as you and your friend weave your way through the throngs of excited patrons who are happily sampling butterbeer and fire whiskey as they browse the shop's colorful displays. There seems to be a special ceremony held at the store, or is it always this lively in this shop? Suddenly, your attention is captured by a crowd gathered near the staircase leading to the upper floors, their excitement echoing through the air. Intrigued, you and your friend approach to find two performers known as mystical fools, captivating the audience with their unique talents at transfiguration. The duo is made up of It is Margot Robbie, and not just one of her, but two identical Margot Robbies. They keep changing their looks and hair. So fun, you think to yourself. I wish I could do that. I wonder if Margot knows she has not just one, but two doppelgangers in the wizarding world. Your friend is extra excited and lets you know that he knows quite a bit about them. He tells you that since he too is a natural-born metamorph magi, he knows about mystical fools, as they are one of the most legendary shapeshifters in the history of magic. Your friend jokingly talks about how his parents were starting to get tired of him looking like a different person or animal every day. But his Hogwarts letter made it sound like he was the most talented child that they could ask for. This is a very rare talent that you are either born with or not. Okay, so your best friend is a shapeshifter. How cool is that? You ask your friend, so they look like Margot Robbie, or is this an act? Your friend shrugs his shoulders and says, no idea. No one knows what they really look like, but this is their go-to look. I don't blame. He is interrupted by the crowd cheering. The performance is quick and fun. The mystical fools seamlessly transform into celebrities from the wizarding world, with each performance leaving the crowd in stitches with their spot-on transfiguration. First, the mystical fools take on the roles of Dumbledore and Grindelwald, their banter filled with wit and charm, reminiscent of the legendary duel between the two wizards. Next, they morph into Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy, their exaggerated gestures and playful rivalry drawing laughter from the crowd. As the evening unfolds, mystical fools bring the characters to life in a riotous display of humor and mischief. They portray Severus Snape and Professor McGonagall with impeccable precision, capturing Snape's snarkiness and McGonagall's stern demeanor with ease. Their rendition of Dobby and Lucius Malfoy is equally entertaining, with Dobby's high-pitched voice telling his smug old master, "Dobby is a free elf. Dobby has no master." The duo's portrayal of Bellatrix Lestrange and Narcissa Malfoy is met with uproarious laughter as they embody the haughty disposition of the Black Sisters. The crowd roars with laughter as they take on the roles of Voldemort and Nagini, their performance filled with dramatic flair and comedic timing. Finally, mystical fools transform into Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley. Their dynamic chemistry and playful banter a fitting end to their enchanting performance. As they take their final bow, you applaud enthusiastically, grateful for the laughter and joy they brought to your evening. After the show, you find yourself striking up a conversation with mystical fools about their work and the art of comedy in the wizarding world. Before long, you and your friend have become fast friends with the talented performers. They share anecdotes and behind-the-scenes stories, their passion for their craft shining through with every word. You extend an invitation for mystical fools to join you and your friend for a butterbeer. However, they playfully suggest indulging in fire whiskey instead, sparking your curiosity with the promise of a new and exciting experience. Though hesitant at first, your friend soon finds the beauty of this plan, embracing the spirit of exploration and fun. Great plan. You set off on a wondrous voyage of refined taste and adventure, savoring the rich flavors of fire whiskey as you revel in the magic of the moment. After indulging in fire whiskey and excellent conversation with the twins, you and your friend find yourselves in high spirits, eager to continue the festivities. As the night wears on, the conversation turns to the topic of the best bars in Diagon Alley, and you both agree that a celebration of this magnitude calls for a visit to the finest tavern in town. With a mischievous twinkle in their eyes, the mystical fools lean in and share a secret with you. The best bar and music in Diagon Alley, they reveal, is not actually in Diagon Alley at all. It's located in Knockturn Alley, in a mysterious and elusive spot known as the Cryptic Coven. But here's the catch. The Speakeasy bar moves locations every few nights, and finding it is no easy task. It is a hidden gem, known only to those who are daring enough to seek it out. As the words hang in the air, you and your friend exchange excited glances, intrigued by the prospect of uncovering this hidden treasure. The challenge is set. With a sense of adventure driving you forward, you set off into the winding streets of Diagon Alley, ready to unravel the mysteries that lie ahead. The moon rises high in the night sky and casts long shadows over the cobblestones. You can feel a cold breeze in the air as your best friend leads the way through Diagon Alley and Ophelia and Lavinia of the Mystical Fools chat enthusiastically about the night ahead. The elusive Cryptic Coven, the most exclusive speakeasy bar in London, calls your name from the shadows of Knockturn Alley. With a dose of excitement and a faint scent of fire whiskey still bubbling in the air, the four of you set off into the heart of wizarding London. So, what do you think we'll find at the Cryptic Coven? Your best friend asks, with a playful grin, unsure and intrigued, like a child waiting his turn to meet Santa Claus for the first time. Ophelia chuckles, her voice tinged with excitement. Oh, who knows? Ancient artifacts, forbidden spells, or maybe even a secret passage leading straight to the heart of Hogwarts itself. With each step, the atmosphere grows more charged with anticipation. You know you are nearing Knockturn Alley, where darkness clings to the cobblestones like a cloak. So, any tips for navigating Knockturn Alley? You ask, trying to mask the nervous excitement in your voice. Ophelia flashes you a reassuring smile. There are a lot of wizards and witches in Diagon Alley, and only a handful of them would find themselves in Knockturn Alley for after-hour drinks. You two are probably Gryffindors. Lavinia, clearly eager to add her 2 cents, almost interrupts her sister. Why do you think they'd be Gryffindors, though? This is actually a classic Slytherin move. Gryffindors might be known for their courage, but everybody knows it is the Slytherins who seek out the least explored types of magic. As you venture deeper into the shadows, the air grows thick with mystery and intrigue. Strange whispers seem to echo from the depths of the alley, and the flickering lamplights cast eerie shadows on the walls. But despite the foreboding atmosphere, you can't help but feel a thrill of excitement coursing through your veins. Suddenly, Ophelia stops in her tracks, her eyes narrowing as she surveys the alleyway ahead. "Something's not right," she murmurs. Her voice is alarming, a quiet whisper tinged with a sense of unease. You follow her gaze and see a figure lurking in the shadows, his features obscured by darkness. Before you can react, the figure darts away, disappearing into the labyrinth of alleyways. "What was that?" your best friend asks in a small voice. "I'm not sure," Ophelia replies, her brow furrowed in concern. "We'd better keep moving. I think I can sense the tavern. We must be in close proximity to the cryptic coven. I can sense the crowd and other shapeshifters." You catch a glimpse of your best friend, who is completely in a trance. It is not logic that rules your friend. It is the very essence of his existence and his natural radar for other shapeshifters. It is magic. A creeping sense of unease hangs in the air. You can't forget about the mysterious figure you saw earlier. The alley seems to twist and turn endlessly, leading you deeper into the heart of darkness. Finally, you reach a dilapidated building, shrouded in mystery and shadow. On the outside, it looks like a small, run-down Victorian mansion, ignored through decades of cold and rain. This is it, the entrance to the cryptic coven, Ophelia says victoriously. The air is thick with ancient magic, and the sound of whispers echoes through the darkness. Ophelia follows her sister. Your best friend looks at you, notices your hesitation, and says, "What are you thinking?" "I don't know. It's just that this place seems a bit dead." Your voice gives away your hesitation. Your friend gives you a knowing smile, grabs your hand, and tells you, "I always trust you, and now I'm asking you to trust me." I know it looks creepy, but all I feel is amazing magic and positive energy from this place. Don't judge the book by its cover. Let's end this amazing day on a high and have a story to tell our friends back home. There is no room for argument. I have a feeling this is going to be a night to remember. You step across the threshold of cryptic coven, and darkness takes you over like an invisibility cloak, large enough to cover the whole space. You are strangely calm, as if there are no thoughts left to think, no words left to speak, and nothing to see, nothing whatsoever. Then, just as quickly as they disappeared, your senses start to come back. The air is heavy with the scent of incense and magic, and the walls are adorned with strange symbols and sigils. You can feel the power of the place coursing through your veins, filling you with a sense of awe and wonder. Strange characters, ancient artifacts, and intoxicating aromas all make you feel the weight of the magic pressing down on you, threatening to overwhelm your senses. Shadows seem to dance at the edge of your vision, and strange whispers echo through the darkness. You can sense the magic, can't you? Your best friend whispers, their voice barely audible over the din of the tavern. You nod, your eyes wide with wonder. Suddenly, a deep voice belts from a dark corner in the tavern. Well, 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 who do we have here? You turn to see an enormous old man wearing a dark cloak. He is short with a massive belly, so large that the buttons on his waistcoat look like they are about to burst off. "Professor Slughorn!" Ophelia exclaims, her voice tinged with happiness and surprise. "What are you doing here?" Professor Horace Slughorn emerges from the darkness with a cheeky smile on his lips and a twinkle in his eyes. "Ah, my talented mystical fools. I could ask you the same question, but it seems we're all here for the same reason, to seek out the mysteries of the cryptic coven, and have a few pints, of course." He continues in a friendly tone. "And who are your new friends?" gesturing at you and your best friend. Lavinia introduces you to Professor Slughorn. He shakes your hand and says, "Aha, so we have some brave newcomers this year. I actually thought you were someone else, but no matter, my dears, I'm delighted to see you all here. Won't you join me at my table? I'm hosting a gathering of some of my most prized friends and protégés." With a gesture, Slughorn leads you to a secluded corner of the tavern, where a group of witches and wizards are engaged in animated conversation. "Here we are," Slughorn says, inviting you to take a seat. He proudly looks around the table and says, "Mine, all mine. Allow me to introduce you to some of Hogwarts' finest." As you settle in at the table, you find yourself surrounded by a diverse group of individuals, each with their own unique stories and talents. Among them is Luna Lovegood, a very cool witch with straggly, waist-length, dirty blonde hair and a dazed, dreamy look on her face. She sparkles with curiosity as she engages in lively conversation with others. "So, Luna," Slughorn says, with a jovial smile, "I hear you weren't quite good enough to make it into the Slug Club during your time at Hogwarts." Luna laughs softly, her expression unfazed. "Oh, that's quite all right, Professor. I've never been one for clubs anyway. But it's lovely to see you again." Slughorn chuckles, his eyes twinkling with amusement. "Nonsense, my dear girl. You may not have been a member of the Slug Club, but that was perhaps my mistake in not seeing your unique talents. He takes a sip of his drink. The conversation continues, flowing effortlessly from one topic to the next. Slughorn entertains the crowd with tales of his adventures at Hogwarts and encounters with dark magic, while turning more and more animated. Luna leans in and asks if your first day at the wizarding world is everything you ever thought it'd be. It's been amazing, better than I could have ever imagined. Luna's story is fascinating. After the Second Wizarding War, Luna became a magizoologist, discovering and classifying many magical species that had never been encountered before. And later also a Hogwarts professor teaching field studies, a new course dedicated to studying and interacting with magical creatures in the wilderness. So, you are one of our professors at Hogwarts? You ask enthusiastically. Oh, not this year, I'm afraid. But you'll see me around the Great Hall, and of course, I'm taking Hogwarts Express from platform 9 3/4 tomorrow, just like you guys. I love the pumpkin pasties from the trolley. Besides, I can always detect nargles on Hogwarts Express, but have never managed to actually get close enough to study one. Did you know? Most people believe them to be extinct. Fascinating, really. She rambles on in a strange yet charismatic way. As the night wears on, you find yourself drawn into the lively discussion, your mind buzzing with excitement and anticipation for the journey ahead. Eventually, your best friend approaches, a gentle smile on their face. I hate to interrupt, but I think it's time we headed back. We've got a long day ahead of us tomorrow. We could use some Floo powder, Ophelia suggests casually. You blink in confusion. Floo powder? What kind of powder is that? Ophelia and Lavinia burst into laughter. No, not Floo powder, Lavinia corrects, still chuckling. Floo powder. It's this silver, glittery powder that allows us to travel through fireplaces connected in the Floo network. Oh, okay. Right, you say, feeling your cheeks flush. The silly gaffe aside, you are very intrigued by the prospect of using Floo powder for the first time. You say goodbye to Luna, Professor Slughorn, and the other witches and wizards, feeling a pang of reluctance at leaving behind the captivating conversation. As you follow Ophelia and Lavinia towards the fireplace, you can't help but marvel at the intricate details of the cryptic coven. Wow, this place is amazing, you remark, taking in the pulsating walls and the heavy scent of incense. Lavinia smiles widely, her eyes twinkling with amusement. One of my favorite places. There is old powerful magic here that only allows entry to the pure of heart. Not to mention, you always bump into old friends and some new ones too. Now, let me show you how to use Floo powder like a pro. Step 1. Step into the fireplace. Your best friend chimes in, grinning mischievously. Step 2. Clearly state your destination, Lavinia adds, her tone laced with mock seriousness. And step 3. Drop the powder into the fire, Ophelia finishes, joining in the playful banter. With a nod of approval, Lavinia gestures towards the flames. That is correct. Now off you go. Leaky Cauldron awaits. You step into the fireplace, ready to experience Floo powder for the first time. As the flames engulf you in a whirlwind of warmth and magic, you can't help but feel a surge of excitement coursing through your veins. For a brief moment, you feel weightless, as if suspended in mid-air. All shades of green swirl around you in a dizzying kaleidoscope, and the sensation of movement washes over you like a gentle wave. Then, just as suddenly as it began, the swirling vortex of flames recedes, and you find yourself falling out of another fireplace and standing in the familiar surroundings of the Leaky Cauldron. You take a moment to catch your breath, the adrenaline of the journey still coursing through your veins. Looking around, you see the warm glow of the tavern's lanterns and the comforting presence of your best friend nearby. It is all good. A little later, a sense of contentment washes over you as you settle into bed for the night, the events of the evening replaying in your mind like a vivid dream. As you close your eyes and drift off to sleep, your dreams continue, and you find yourself wandering the halls of Hogwarts, eager to embark on the magical adventures that await you in the days to come.